Tonight on CTV News, the coronavirus cancels classes. See how this affects students.
Then an update from ASCSU and how their meetings are being affected by the campus closure.
And finally, find how people at CSU are competing with cars.
Well, it's official. Colorado State University is moving their classes online because of the coronavirus. I'm Edgar Cedillo.
And I'm Lauryn Orcutt. President Joyce McConnell sent out an email yesterday to students notifying them that classes after spring break would move online for 1 week.
That's right, Lauryn. So as far as spring break goes, it's still in effect for the week that it was planned, but break has been extended for an extra 2 days until March 24th.
And as far as classes resuming, the university has decided to move classes online until April 10th, depending on the situation at that time.
So even though classes are canceled, the university buildings are still open, including all academic buildings, the health center, residence halls, the veterinary teaching hospital, and the Morgan Library will still be open for campus members only, though.
And Edgar, clearly with spring break starting this weekend, travel is a huge concern for the university. All international and domestic travel is suspended from March 23rd through April 10th. Now, if you do plan on traveling, CSU does have a travel guideline. You can check out the information at safety.colostate.edu.
So when classes do resume the week after break, the administration released some guidelines for on and off campus events. So from March 23rd to April 10th, events with 20 or more people are suspended. Any event that is targeted at high-risk populations is also suspended. So that means any event targeted towards older adults or with medical conditions are canceled.
Now, of course, there is no guarantee that classes will resume in person on April 13th. But you can stay up to date through the university alerts, and we will, of course, be bringing you the latest on our social media at CTV11 on Twitter and Instagram. Now, this announcement obviously came to a shock to many students as classes are being moved online. CTV reporter Remy Calbell went out to find out how students reacted to this news. Remy?
Thanks, Edgar and Lauryn. You know, emotions were really mixed on campus, so I went to the Lauryn Student Center to learn more. So, what are your thoughts on classes moving online?
I don't really know yet. I think it'll be a really funny adjustment because I enjoy going to class and being in person with the professor. So I think it will be a little challenging.
Personally, it means that the value of my education this semester goes down a little bit because half of my classes are lab-based and those just won't be a thing once we go online. Obviously, we might come back to campus, but it's not looking good right now, and I doubt we will. So it makes me a little apprehensive as to the quality of my knowledge this year.
Students that are brand new to being in college, things like that, this could be pretty tough on. They could either give up, and it definitely opens a channel for cheating.
Students at CSU are making the most out of this situation, but it'll be interesting to see how CSU moves forward.
Well, it's definitely been interesting to see how everyone's reacting to this on campus.
Definitely.
Well, with elections coming up for ASCSU that were set to begin on March 23rd, they are now postponed until April 13th. Voting will take place beginning on April 20th and will go through the 22nd. According to elections manager Connor Cheadle, he warns that the campaigns should still be wary in case they get pushed back for a couple more days. For more on last night's Senate session, let's go over to our CTV Senate reporter Kenneth Frederick for more. Kenny?
Last night, the Senate had guest speakers and went through 3 bills in their meeting last night. The night was full of controversial topics and hot debate among the senators.
At this time, the 21st session of the 49th Senate of the Associated Students of Colorado State University is called to order.
Rocky Mountain Student Media kicked off the Senate meeting with their presentation about their functions and finances in hopes of getting more funding in their next contract with the ASCSU president. Though the Senate won't officially have an effect on the contract negotiations, President Amundsen still wants the Senate's input. The Senate also voted on their new Internal Affairs chair, with Senators Hill, Overturf, and Hazelton running for the position. Support from the other senators was with Hazelton, who was also supported by Tristan Reyes, who was the former chair. Hazelton was a big supporter of getting more members from other academic colleges.
I want to start bringing in more people, and I think Internal Affairs is a great way to do that because I know we currently have empty Senate seats, whether that be a senator or associate senator, and I think it's really important for the representation of our colleges to have the max amount of representation.
Hazelton won the position almost unanimously, with 36 votes and only 2 senators abstaining from voting. The first bill debated was from the new real estate club on campus. They were asking for $1,000 to fund food and custom shirts to help spread awareness for the club. Senator Benitez in particular said that it was unfair because the club he participates in has to do its own fundraising.
So how can you devalue all that work that my club puts in just by coming here asking for quarter zips and food when we have to fundraise all that money for ourselves?
The entrepreneurial competition bill got a lot of support again from the Senate, and funding was passed very quickly. Another bill to be passed quickly and without a lot of discussion was the Senate Document Modernization Bill.
Last night, there was talk about what would happen with the Senate. But Blake Alfred, the Speaker of the Senate, said that the Senate would be canceling all Senate sessions during the time that classes are online. We'll bring you more information as we get closer to the end of online classes.
Thank you, Kenneth. The coronavirus is having a major impact on sports across the country and is now beginning to trickle down to the college and high school level.
That's right, Lauren. The Colorado High School Sports and Athletic Association suspended all spring sports for the remainder of the season. For more on the impact that the virus is having on CSU sports, let's head over to sports anchor James Hall. James?
That's right, Edgar and Lauren. The Mountain West Conference decided earlier today that they are going to suspend all spring sports for the foreseeable future. With the number of positive cases of the coronavirus climbing, the conference, as well as the universities, have decided that the best course of action would be to limit the amount of traveling done by student athletes. More information will be released when available about the continuation of spring sports across all college conferences.
Thank you, James. Colorado officials announced that the number of cases in Colorado has gone up to 49. At a press conference with Governor Polis, he said that the mountain region is at a high risk for the virus spreading. In the conference, Polis announced that the state is ordering employers to give up to 4 days of paid leave for those who have flu-like symptoms.
That's right, Lauren. And it's not just across the issue that we're being affected by the virus closure, but across the state, schools around the state are also being closed. The only one that switched to online classes recently was the University of Northern Colorado, which moved their classes until at least April 6th. The University of Colorado Boulder also moved their classes online for the remainder of the semester. Today I spoke with Rob Tan, the editor-in-chief at the at the CU Independent, who told me that students there were in shock by how fast the classes moved online yesterday. Since classes moved online for the rest of the semester at CU, seniors there are worried about graduation, and the first years were left to wonder whether or not to stay on campus or go back home. But don't go away just yet. We'll bring you more update on the news in Fort Collins.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. Farmland in Northeast Fort Collins will soon be filled with 4,000 homes as a developer got approval for the project. The developer, Max Moss, has already filed the plans for the first phase, which will start with 200 homes. Now, these homes will vary in size and capacity as Moss plans to fill the space with townhomes, cottages, and single-family housing. He plans to make these homes affordable for future Fort Collins homeowners.
A mountain lion attacked a Lamar County Sheriff's deputy and a civilian yesterday. The incident took place west of Loveland, where the deputy and the hiker were taken to the hospital with apparent but non-life-threatening injuries. According to Colorado Parks and Wildlife, the mountain lion was shot, but it was unclear who shot it. This makes it the second mountain lion attack in Lamar County in less than 1 year.
The Northern Colorado Regional Airport has hit a big milestone that was 55 years in the making. For the first time, they will have an air traffic controller guiding planes in and out of the airport. This was one of their last obstacles in restarting regular commercial flights in Northern Colorado.
If you have ever been stuck on I-25 during the rush hour right on the Harmony exit, you're not alone. Traffic often stops at this exit and leaves drivers feeling uneasy by being completely stopped on the interstate. This is causing dangerous issues being addressed this spring by CDOT, which will be adding an additional turn lane as a part of the $600 million I-25 North Express Lanes project. According to Jared Field, the CDOT spokesperson, the interchange will see upgraded traffic signals as well.
Manual transmission cars are almost a thing of the past, and automatic cars might be heading in that direction, as some models now have self-driving features and are even completely autonomous. Right here on campus, students are figuring out exactly how the science works behind these self-driving vehicles. It's called the EcoCar Challenge, and Professor Cedillo leads students in this national competition.
This project involves teams of students, mechanical engineering students, working on the engines and trying to convert the vehicle into a more eco-friendly, like a hybrid electric type of a vehicle. And then we have computer engineering students that are working on the intelligence inside the vehicle. And so we, together with my students, we are actually working on creating an autonomous vehicle.
Now, CSU is one of 12 universities that is participating in this challenge. They have 4 years to take a car and make it autonomous and learn a thing or two about this new technology.
It's actually a perfect sort of gateway for students to work on and do hands-on research with real platforms that will have an impact on our daily lives.
So Edgar, do you think that you would ever get behind one of these cars?
Well, it's hard to say. I like driving really fast, so we all know that.
Right.
But I don't know, like the thought of a self-driving car seems really cool to me. So honestly, like I've always wanted to, and I'm like the fact that it's close to us, I really would.
Exactly. I definitely think I would. I know my dad would love it because I know he doesn't think that I'm a good driver. So he would love that idea. I think that I'm gonna stick with my stick.
Yeah,
so.
Honestly, it might give us a chance to just eat and drive.
Exactly.
It's not that bad. Well, before we go tonight, Alex has some positive news about some new pups. Alex?
That's right, Edgar and Lauryn. Some puppies at CSU are helping Fort Collins community find out how after break.